So Courtney is the single lady of the group. And so,
Hello.
of course, as you all know, I want to talk to all the single people. So we're going to talk a little bit about dating and what that's like. And honestly, I barely even know anymore. It's been forever since I dated. I had braces, and I really haven't dated since.
I love that. I love that.
That was exhausting to have braces. Do you know what it's like to try to date when you have braces?
Are you okay?
No.
Huh?
Sounds like it was a little traumatic.
It was.
Some
Having
PTSD.
braces and try to date, like, oh yeah, I definitely have dating PTSD. I say that all the time.
I feel like who doesn't
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
hard. It's
Especially.
hard.
Yeah. No, I never dated when I had braces on. I actually did not like where I grew up, and so I didn't want to attach myself to anyone from
Yeah.
my high school. So when I turned 18 and I graduated high school, I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm moving to a different state.
Yeah.
And that's where I will like start to date and like
kinda
really
what I did.
experience my life. Yeah. No, I lived in New Mexico for 3 years. That's where I went to college, and I did a lot of dating out there.
Okay. Because you're in college, and
I'm in
that's what you do.
college. Yeah, I wanted to just like have the full college experience. I kind of got like tied down in the very beginning. Kind of like what we were just saying earlier. I met this guy and like immediately was like, oh my gosh, he's the one.
Right.
I'm gonna start dating him, and then like he gave me his mother's engagement ring, and I thought like he was the one.
You really thought like, this is it.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
getting
like,
married.
I'm 19.
This is
like,
my
it's
guy forever.
perfect. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we dated for about 2 years, and then I left for an internship, and then he ended up cheating on me. And then I kind of was just like, I'm 20, like I should have fun. Like
Yeah.
why should I be dating right now? So then I just kind of had fun with my friends and like with guys that I met, and just, you know.
So how long did you live there in New Mexico?
I lived there for 3 years, from 2015 to about 2018.
Okay. So then from 2018, did you move here?
Yeah, so once I graduated college, I actually received a job in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And so I had about a 6-month period where I just kind of could just do whatever I wanted. So I was like, I'm just gonna go back home, live with my parents, save up money, and then move to Vegas and like really start my life. Like I was 22, just single and ready to just have
party,
fun in Vegas.
have fun. Yeah, Vegas of all places.
I
like
mean, it was amazing.
party town, right?
Yes.
You have to assume that if you're going to be living in
Absolutely.
Vegas, that you're going to have fun in Vegas.
Have all of the fun.
All the fun in Vegas.
All of the fun, yes.
Vegas is like either like so much fun or complete like all you feel like you're doing there is spending money.
Yeah, I mean for the men, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't spend a dime.
So you like always insisted they pay?
It was.
What's your dating mantra on that? So you're fairly young. Like how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Okay, so I'm getting the younger perspective here. Typically, I am getting older perspective just as I'm old, so I always talk to old people. So,
Yeah.
so this is the younger perspective of dating. So, tell me. We talked briefly when I walked in and started harassing everybody. You said you have been on dating apps, right?
Yes, yeah.
So, but you said you've literally just deleted all your dating apps.
Yeah, about a month ago I just deleted. I was on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge.
Okay.
And I've been on those since January.
Right.
And I've been on probably a date a week, and it just
Oh,
doesn't,
really?
it just doesn't go anywhere. And like whether we just don't connect or we do connect and they're scared or I'm scared, we end up just like falling off.
Yeah.
And so I was just kind of, it's very draining and like
It's very
exhausting.
draining.
So,
Dating is
I
exhausting.
swear if one more person asks me what I like to do for fun, I'm just gonna send like a pre-written text message.
Yeah,
Like,
you
"Here
have to like plan it out. Okay,
Yep.
here's my canned answers for
Yep.
everything they're gonna ask.
I think
It's
I have like
hard.
notes for that. Yeah, like when
Do you?
people ask me specific questions, I'm like, copy paste.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that can be like, what's the word?
It's hard to start conversation with people you don't know, especially some guys.
Well,
like,
and if they do like small talk, like, hey, how's your day? How are you? It's like, okay, this isn't gonna go anywhere.
Right.
Like, if you ask me straight off the bat, hey, do you believe in aliens? Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, we can go somewhere with
Interesting
that.
conversation. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's some guys you can tell right off the bat it's going to be very difficult to carry a conversation with them because they're like,
Absolutely.
hey,
Hi.
how was your day? Great.
How was yours?
Yeah, it just doesn't go anywhere. Like,
Do anything fun?
yeah, and then
Okay.
every once in a great while you'll get that person that's like you can actually have a conversation and
It just flows.
yeah, and it flows. So a date a week, that's a lot.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was
That's
a lot of
of
planning.
like, yeah, I was just gonna say a lot of planning.
A lot of planning. I would specifically, if I like swiped on someone, I was really active on Bumble because
Okay.
I kind of liked it more because I could start the conversation.
Okay.
And I wasn't like afraid of like what they were gonna say right off the bat, and they give you like prompters and everything, which is really cool.
Oh, okay. Bumble's not one that I've been on.
Bumble's really cool, yeah, and it's from a woman created it.
Yeah.
So like,
Do you know that she's the youngest billionaire?
Yes, and
youngest
she was
female
like
billionaire.
just became it. Yeah, and she actually co-founded Tinder too.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool. So I was like, I'm all for this.
Yeah.
Like, women empower women.
Yeah.
I will definitely like go on your app more. I had a lot of successes with that one, but yeah, it was just like planning it. And I work anywhere between 5 to 6 days a week, 10 or 11 hour shifts. So I'm exhausted, and so like having to, you know, keep track of these men and like
well, it is. It's a lot.
what
It's
they
actually
said,
a lot
and
of
you're
work
just
to like keep track, and then you have to like sometimes somebody will send you a message and you have to like go back
Yes,
and what's the
absolutely.
conversation we had? Why is he saying
Were
this?
you
or
the one that
something?
told me that you have
Yeah.
a sister, or
Yeah.
what happened here?
You have to kind of keep track
Yeah.
of it. It's a thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like you need a database.
Mhm.
In fact,
Yeah.
I've actually decided I'm going to hire my nanny to manage a lot of my stuff. I'm like, can you just manage all this for me? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Like it's work.
Yeah, you can lose track of it all. Yeah, I thankfully have never like mixed a guy with another guy because
Right.
I like you said, I just go through our conversations
Yeah.
really quickly. I'm like, okay, so
I
this
did
is
that once on a
one.
date. I felt bad. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking.
That was from a movie I watched.
Yeah. Oh no, that was my girlfriend and I were talking about that at work. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, so like after this past one, I deleted my apps, and then this last guy I was talking to, we've been talking for about a month, but we only went on one date,
Mhm.
and he just kept putting me on like the back burner. And I was
Oh.
just like, you're telling me you like me, you're telling me like all these
You're
great
saying
things,
all the right things,
but you're
but
just not showing it. And every time we plan for something, you cancel, or you just ghost me for the night, and then the next day you're here.
yeah,
and
that's
so,
red flag.
Yeah. So like
That's hard because
Yeah.
it's like you do develop like
a little bit
a little bit of like an
yeah.
excitement for that person and a little bit of a
Yeah.
relationship with that person when you're dating, and then it just sometimes dissipates and you're like, well, that
What did I do wrong?
was,
thought it was
ended
great.
quicker than I anticipated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And so like right now I'm just kind of over that because it's just how it's been for the past, 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
It's just like very exhausting.
So, tell me about like the best date you went on. Like, what was the one date that you went on? And it doesn't even mean like you guys had so much, like you couldn't wait to go out with that person again, but it was just a good date. Like you walked away from it. Maybe it wasn't somebody that was even like that you wanted to continue dating them, but what was like the best date you went on? What made it so good?
Okay, well, so speaking of this guy that I was just talking with, our first date was just like spur of the moment.
Okay.
We had planned to get drinks at night, but unfortunately the person who was closing at my work called out, so then I had to go and take their shift to close, and so I just texted him at 7 in the morning, and I was just like, hey, are you awake? Like, let's go get coffee instead of getting drinks today, like if that's
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
And he immediately texted back, he goes, okay, when? Like what time? Like right now? I was
That's
like,
awesome.
I was like, yeah, in like the next hour. And he goes, okay, I'll be there, like let's go to,
Did your anxiety just like go through the roof at that
a
point?
little bit, because I was like, okay, so he's totally for it. Like I've never met someone who's just like
Right.
spur of the moment, let's go. We went to Berkey's right here, the coffee shop.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
It was a Sunday morning, and we were able to like find a patio seat really quickly, and the conversation just like, you know, flowed really smoothly. And then there was live music, and there were dogs
Nice.
everywhere, and people were just very friendly and happy.
Good
And it was
vibes,
just, yeah,
good
it was just
vibes.
a really good, and I just like walked away. I was like, that was like a really nice date. Like I think that was like one of the best dates I've ever, like first dates I've ever been on.
Because it was just comfortable. Like everything about it felt good. Like
Yeah.
the mood was good, the vibe was good, the conversation was good.
Yeah, I really hate when I have to like force a laugh. And so when we were talking, it just was just very smooth and comfortable, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like I didn't have to force any emotion on this one.
Right.
So it felt good.
You didn't have to
Yeah.
carry the conversation. You
No.
didn't have to like force. That's the worst.
Yeah.
The worst thing in
No.
the world is like having to like.
I don't know, it's between that or someone just constantly talking and not letting you talk.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay.
Like they're talking over
Yeah,
you.
you're
Like they're
just
so
like,
excited.
All right,
Yeah.
keep going. Yeah.
So, but then now nothing's really happened from it.
No. And that's okay. I mean, it seems like, to me, that's like my expectations from now on, from like dating, is like, okay, we're gonna talk for a week, we're gonna go out, and then you're not gonna talk to me again.
See, that's a horrible expectation. I hate that. I
feel
hate
like-
that. Dating is, like I said, dating is hard. It's like you put so much time and effort into dating, into like meeting this person and learning about him and deciding whether or not you want to see them in the first place. And then you see him and it goes great. And then if you want to see him again and they're like blah,
Yeah.
then you don't really know what that means. And you're like, are they actually really busy, or do they not want to? I don't know.
Right.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's emotionally hard.
And it's really hard to read them through text messages.
yeah.
So like,
because there's no emotion in a
no,
text.
and like some people don't use emojis, and so they may just like straight up just write sentences, and you're just like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
read this.
Can you throw a smiley face
Yeah,
on there so I know what you mean?
Are you just being straight faced? Are you winking at me? What's going on?
Right.
So yeah, it can be exhausting.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is exhausting. So what was your worst date you went on?
The worst date I went on was actually like 2 months ago. This is like, we only talked for maybe 2 or 3 days, and then
Okay.
he asked me out, and I was like, yeah, let's go get drinks at one of the local bars I know. Like, it'll be great, it'll be fun, whatever. So we go, and not even like 30 minutes in, he's already planning like a trip for me to meet his parents. Yeah, and he's already like saying like, oh, you could just like move in with me, and like, you know, this is my job. It's like super
Jesus.
like, he's like, I make a lot of money.
That's
so
almost
like you could
scary.
just-
That's almost
yeah.
scary to hear. Like, that's a little bit like,
Yeah, it was very
hey,
overwhelming.
stalker, I'm gonna need you to
Yes.
take it down a notch.
And it's so weird
Yeah.
because I was like, okay, I want someone who's like committed and who's serious and like they want to be with me.
But, like,
and
after
then
date 5.
and then I go out with this guy and he's like, all right, so what kind of ring do you want? And I'm just like, whoa, calm
Yeah,
down there.
that's
Like,
exhausting.
I don't want to meet your parents yet. Like, chill.
Yeah.
So that one was probably, I was trying to get out there really quickly.
Yeah, I had a guy one time tell me, as soon as we went on a date, he called me as I was driving home, and he's like, I want you to delete your Tinder. I want you to delete this
Oh my
because we're a
God.
thing now. And I was like,
Whoa.
hold on,
First date.
hold on. You need to calm down. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling. Like, just take it slow. I'm a very like slow and steady wins the race. Like,
Really? I'm not.
no, you like fast?
No, yeah. When I, like my last 2 like serious relationships, I'm just like right into it. I'm just like, we don't need a date. Like, let's just be in a
Okay.
relationship. Let's go. But at the same time, I was 19 and 22.
Yeah.
And so after that, I'm like, hey, maybe I should take it slow. I don't know. So
But
I'm
you just get
like,
excited.
figuring
You
it
get
out.
excited about it, and so you want to just like
Yeah.
jump like 2 feet for like
Yes.
burst into it.
Absolutely. It's like, no, let's like, don't talk to anyone else. It's me. Like, let's do it.
So why didn't it work out with the guy that wanted to marry you the next day?
Oh, well, you see, the ears are
that
really
was a little
small.
too quick. She wants 2 dates.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was just like really, yeah. And he was like a super nerd.
Oh.
Like, he was like really into like Star Wars. And like, that's fine. But it was just like,
It was all together. It was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
He
just
was like,
really.
he was like, I can't believe I finally got a girl to go out with me.
I think that was the case.
I'm calling my mom tomorrow.
I think it was.
He was like, this is it. It's finally happened. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I mean, so he asked me. So I gave him a chance, and I gave him a second chance.
Okay.
I went over to his apartment the next week, and we were strictly supposed to watch The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Because I was like, I
'Cause
love it.
Star Wars
Like,
freak,
let's watch it. Sure. I did not hear one single piece of dialogue because he was talking throughout the entire thing, and he's like, "Yeah, this is gonna happen. Just watch." Oh, and then this, and
Oh.
I'm like, "Can you just let me watch it then? Like, let me experience it." And he just was like whispering and talking and like all this stuff, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "When was the last time you've been on an airplane?" I was like 2 months ago in February, and he goes, "Why? Where'd you go? What'd you do?" And I was like, "Why are
Oh.
you questioning my
So
past?"
he was already being like very protective and like overly too
so
much.
after that, I was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I blocked you. Goodbye.
Are you a blocker?
I'm a ghoster.
Okay, so this is kind of a phenomenon that I actually do plan on talking quite a bit about, and that's the ghosting phenomenon.
Yes.
So my little pal that works at the bar here, him and I talked about this last time, and I do feel like that younger people, and I don't even want to say younger people, like I feel like that's a big thing. Like ghosting is a big thing.
Ghosting is huge. Like
Yeah.
it's, you feel I don't know what's the right word. Like, you don't feel powerful when you ghost someone, but
Yeah,
you
maybe.
feel like you're in control. You're like,
Okay.
okay, I don't have to tell you like my feelings and like why I'm ghosting you because everything is technical.
Right.
Everything is online. And so I can just easily block your number and never give out my socials. And so like, why would I have to tell you I don't like you? You know, when I could just easily block you and that's it.
Okay, so do you add people to your social, or you just said no? You don't ever add.
I give them my Snapchat, but I know if they're
Yeah,
asking
Snapchat's
for,
like the thing for young people.
So if they ask for a Snapchat, to me, that's just like an automatic, okay, you just want to like sext. You just want to
I was just gonna say, every time somebody's like, "Here's my Snapchat," I'm like, "Why? So you can send me dick pics?"
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I don't know why
Yes.
anybody Snapchats except for sexting.
Yeah. No.
That's not true. Okay, I do send a lot of
them.
really funny Snapchats to my friends, but if
Yeah.
it's a guy, I have to assume it's just about dick pics.
It is.
Send me like nudes.
Yeah.
No
through
hairy
Snapchat.
balls.
No hairy
No hairy
balls. It could be
balls.
hairy. It's, you know.
Whatever.
I'm not going to touch it, but yeah. I can't touch it.
Yeah, I don't know, but Snapchat's like a thing. I never really anticipated that.
Yeah, so if a guy on like Tinder or Bumble like immediately sends me his Snapchat or asks for mine, I'm just like, okay, well clearly like you're just wanting to hook
is
up.
that because do you like do this whole Snapchat thing because it just is so brief and you don't care because it like all just disappears?
Yeah.
I always am trying to figure out that phenomenon with
so
people.
okay, so this is really okay.
Don't look over there.
Repeating everything.
She's transcribing as we go.
Growing up, we didn't have smartphones. We had like my first phone was like a flip phone, the Razr,
Okay.
and then it wasn't until I was 15 did I get my first smartphone, and that's when I like really discovered like sexting.
Yeah.
And there's like all these rules of like what you can do. Don't stop.
I want to know the rules.
So there's a lot of rules to sexting. Like the number one is like,
Your fiance.
yeah, maybe not.
I still want to know. I want them to know.
So
I
like,
didn't know there were rules.
oh yeah. So like number one rule is to never show your face. You always show like your
okay.
collarbone.
Or you take the phone and so you put it over your face.
Huh?
Like when you're taking a picture, you take the phone and like you put it over your face.
You can do it that way, or you just like crop your face
okay.
out so that the angle isn't with like it's from
Right.
like your neck down.
So no discernible features
No, so,
that
like,
somebody
if
could
that
point
was
that out and be
to
like, that tattoo is so and so.
leak on the internet, yeah, you would
Right.
know like, okay, unless someone knows that I have that freckle there, like no one's gonna know that's me.
Gotcha.
So like that's like the number one rule. Another rule is like you have to know your background, because if you're taking a picture in your bed
And the
and your
toilet's in the
parents
background?
know what your bed
Oh, okay.
looks like, and that picture somehow gets leaked onto Facebook or
Gotcha.
Instagram, and your parents see it, and you're just like, oh gosh. So like,
That's why he's always in the bathroom.
yes. So the bathroom is a good one. The curtain, you know,
Plain wall.
plain wall. Even if you just like get like a white sheet and you put that up, and you're like, okay.
I never even put that much thought into it.
Yes, because men will use that as like blackmail.
Yeah.
So
But I'm very particular about like, I don't do that with anybody I'm not already in a relationship with.
yeah.
I feel like, but maybe younger people are probably a little bit different.
I mean, like when I was a teenager, I was just like, I guess I didn't really care. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, cool. You
well,
like
and if
me?
you're kind of anonymous because you're not
Yeah.
ever showing anything, you feel like it's like
It's
safe.
okay, yeah. And so when Snapchat came available, you know, they didn't have this whole, it wasn't up to 10 seconds. I think it was like 5 seconds or something. Like it wasn't a full
Oh yeah.
thing. And so you could easily just send it to someone and
It's gone.
it's gone.
Yeah.
And then now, of course, you have the ability to screenshot and then send it for infinities, like however long. So someone could literally just be like staring at for
Oh,
like
really?
a minute.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
you know if somebody's screenshots.
Yeah, it sends
Yeah.
you a notification on that one.
But you can't really
But-
control if they do it. If it's already done, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, growing up, they didn't have any of that. And so, like, now it's like, okay, it's a little bit more, it's more
Growing up, I
secure
didn't even
and
have a
safer.
cell
Oh. Well,
Luckily, because there would have been a lot of nudes floating around.
yeah. Yeah.
I would have been like nuding everybody. Everybody. I was awful. Yeah. So thank God.
It's fun.
Thank God I didn't have to deal with that.
But I mean, now, like, no one cares because it's all on Instagram. Like, people post their, you know, their bodies on Instagram, which if that's how they want to do, like, that's totally fine.
I just did today. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry you all have to look at
No,
that.
all good. Like, I don't care. But for me, yeah, with being someone with, like, being intimate with someone, and I barely just got their Snapchat, I'm not gonna send them
Yeah.
a nude through text message. It would be
No.
easier to just send it to them through Snapchat, where it disappears in 4 seconds.
I feel like
So-
for me, I already have to have a good amount of trust with a person before I start doing things like that.
Yeah.
I don't, but I do feel like, you know, younger people, because it's just been so available to them forever, that it's a little bit, they have a different mindset about it.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah,
And-
I think like right now I'm not open to the idea of just like sending anyone, like if I've already hooked up with them, then I'll just be like, I want attention, like
Yeah,
here's a
that's
picture. But if I just like add them, I'm just like,
Yeah,
no. Like if you met me maybe 5 years ago, I would definitely do it. But now I'm just like, that's not where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like if they ask me for my Snapchat, first off, I'm just like, you're clearly just wanting
Yeah.
like a picture.
That's what I
or
always
hookup.
think when somebody puts
Yeah.
on Snapchat. I'm like, I don't have an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
All that.
no,
That's-
sorry.
That's automatically where my brain goes.
Yeah.
So you're kind of saying like you're ready for like a long-term relationship. That's what I'm gathering from you. Is that what you're more looking for right now?
Yeah, I like definitely want someone who's like committed and who is loyal and is like looking for the same things I'm looking for. I'm not looking just to like hang out and like talk with someone and just like not have it go anywhere. I don't really want to waste my time.
Yeah. It's hard.
I've dated people just to like date, and I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, this is just a waste of time. I don't see myself being with you for more than like a few months.
Right.
So like, I'm just gonna end this. And then I felt like bad for ending it, and I was
Right.
just like, what is going on? So
And then you ghosted them.
and then yeah, and then I deleted them and like
You
ghosted
deleted,
them.
ghosted. You'll never
Yes.
talk to them again.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think it's so you've already deleted all of your apps. So what do you do for dating now? Like you're ready to kind of meet somebody. Are you
Yeah.
just trying the organic route?
Yeah, I'm trying the natural way. Like I guess what is natural anymore? But yeah,
It's
like
hard. I feel like it is different. Like I think before people would meet people at work, like you guys did.
see, I have that rule where I don't date.
Yeah,
people
I won't
work
date- I won't
with.
date-
That rule.
Yeah.
That was a rule.
You had that rule?
Hell yes, that was a rule.
Yeah, I would.
rule was
I'm
broken.
very particular about not dating. Don't dip your pen in the company ink, is
Nope.
what I always say.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's she's dipping.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
Dipping.
She's covered
Currently,
Constantly
That's
dipping.
some good ink. That's all I will say. Some good
there's some ink flowing in the house, people. It's all over the place.
Full, thick.
Okay.
Is it long
I
too?
know what colorful meant, but then
These are Megan. I knew what that meant.
You're like, hold on.
he has big ears.
Okay.
Ears for grabbing.
Still very
Yes.
confused about colorful.
You know,
He's up for everything.
female body is a unique thing.
Yeah.
Everything can happen. You never know. So you're trying to just be more organic now. You're trying to
Yeah.
like just see what happens, or do you think you'll get back on a dating site?
I don't know, because the last time, this was the first time that I was on the apps in about a year.
You're right.
And so I definitely want to try to meet someone naturally and organically. My past two like serious relationships, that's how I met them. Like I met them both
Right.
at like parties, and I don't go out much because I'm tired when I get off of work.
Yeah,
I just want to like
yeah, it's hard to like
chill at home.
find the energy to like go meet somebody after you've worked a 12-hour shift.
Yeah, and so I definitely like try to meet people, like men at my work. Like I say hi to them, like customers. I say hi, like how are you? Like I spark up a conversation, but I feel like men aren't like used to women doing that, and like used to women like being the first one to say, hey, like how are you? And if that is the case, like maybe they don't like a strong woman, and I'm a strong woman. My mom's a strong woman. Like we were raised by them, and so I need a man who can like handle me.
Right.
And not many men can, and that's okay. But that's
So do you
just
feel
not
like
what I'm
a lot of
looking
men
for.
shy away from you when you try to
Yeah,
be a little bit forward?
I think so. Yeah, maybe, there's this whole stigma that women should be these shy, intimate, little curious creatures that never, get exposed unless it's at home or whatever.
Right.
And
like they want to hunt. They want to be the
yeah,
hunters.
and it's like, well, no, like I'm out here too. Like
Yeah.
it's my life too.
You want to hunt a little.
Yeah, he's a hunter. Let him hunt.
We all want to hunt a little.
Interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a whole different ball game from obviously when I grew up. But now I'm the one out there dating too, and Have
Yeah.
to get used to all that. The ghosting. I can't do the ghosting. That's a whole big pet peeve of mine. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a whole show about that.
It hurts your ego,
It does hurt your ego. I don't like it.
but it's also really hard to like tell people, hey, I don't really like you.
I was just gonna say it all stems from people not wanting to be honest about like how
Yes.
they feel.
It's hard. Vulnerability and
Yeah.
communication and confrontation is really hard for people.
Yeah.
And so
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think that if people understood that sometimes it's easier to just hear that I'm not interested than to be ghosted.
it would make more sense. But
Yeah.
then people don't understand that people are understanding.
Right.
so
So they're afraid and so they just ghost.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, well, bye. Yeah. Don't like it.
Yeah.
But here I am ghosting still. So.
But it's still happening.
Will I change? I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe. Okay, well thank you so much. And it was so fun. I'm so glad you guys let me like totally
Yeah.
crash your party.
Absolutely.
You guys are
added
gonna be
to
like,
it.
then this
Yeah.
crazy person came through.
No. I'm excited to see all of this.
Yeah, it's
and
gonna be
see
really
what,
fun.
what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.